Good news, I found the red paint. Clearing out the area. We don't get no red paint on everything. Almost the same shade. It's a little bit brighter red. Rust-Oleum. Good brand. We'll wait for that to dry up. I'll flip it around. I'll do that side. We'll come back after it's dry. Now, I went ahead and repainted that. I'm letting it set up so I can do something else here. So right now we're setting up the throttle cable. He's got this nice, we got some fancy dancy throttle cable here. Color coordinating the color of the bike. The theme of the bike is red and black and with some chrome mixed in. That's the theme of the bike. Well, as you can see, look at the grips. The grips are also red, black, chrome. So I guess he couldn't find a red clutch cable, so he has a black one. Where did I put it? There it is. the hell are these guys doing? Okay, so this is the second time I find this on the cable. This here loose piece coming off here, back and forth. It does not fit inside of there. So, I'm gonna pull the whole cable off just to remove that junk that doesn't even work anywhere. I don't know why they started doing that on the cables. Very carefully put the cable back in so that you don't fray the other end, because that's going through your clutch system, and that has to be very, it has to stay together till after you put it in there. Then it can allow it to screw it up. Okay, here we go. We're going to put it back in here. There we are. Close this cap. I close all gaps. I do that on purpose. Now, well, look who's visiting. I guess he's bored. Came in to lay down. Tired of barking at people. So, we're still working on the BB. Is this a BBM? BB or bike battery racer? You see the red cable underneath there? I'm still trying to figure out how we're getting this jack shaft to fit in there. So we'll get back to you after Chewy. Chewy! Chewbacca! Hey buddy! Say hello. Hi. How you doing, buddy? Huh? Are you good? Hi. Okay. I'll leave you alone. Okay. So now, what you can see is what I'm doing here. The other end of the threaded rod goes through here. Let's bring this forward. Sit there. The other clamp at. Boy, I'm just missing stuff. Where's it disappear to? Oh, I got one in here. Sorry, but that's the way it goes on. It's a very tight fit. Not even a piece of rubber will fit in there, so it's not going to be fun to watch. So sorry about this. It's the way it is. This thing is everything is very tight to it. And now, let's just say I bring this clamp up here. Okay. What we're doing is mocking up. When you're mocking up, it's not a good thing, because you got to keep taking things apart, putting it back together. There we go. So far, 2 clamps in. 1 clamp to go. On the other clamp. That clamp goes up here. So. It looks like we have extra washers and stuff. So let's just put them on too. This is these aren't the nuts. You get this washer. Way. That's what happened to the last one. Dropped it, can't find it. So you're saying to yourself, what is that rod doing there? Well, what happens is the rod pushes up against the motor, so it doesn't allow it to fall down because it's under tremendous torque. That's what that's doing. So under big time torque, it's pulling the motor down constantly. So the rod will make sure the motor cannot go down. Period. Now, I'm not going to tighten none of this. Not till I set that up in there. So we're going to mock it up again to see where it lands. Sorry, I never tightened this up neither, so we need to pull that up. Yeah. All the way up. Looks of it, it will go in right below this rod. keep seeing little things that I'm missing. It's not a big deal, it's just some more work. That's all. Like this. To be a washer underneath it and one on top of it here, which is this one right here. The washers actually keep the thing true. So like, and that one goes up like that. This comes back, goes back in there. You know. Put the nut back on it. It's over here. Cojones. Cojones. No. Okay. Clamp nuts back on. And here. Cojones. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clamp the bottom brace piece, because that's going to be the hardest one to get to once the motor's on. And we're just going to lightly install it. We're not going to put the pressure on it yet. We just want it to sit still. All we wanted to do is sitting still. That's all we want. Okay? We don't want it to be holding the whole damn thing where you can't move it. So this one needs to move around a little bit. Actually. Okay. Where's my rubber mallet? There you go. That is straight. That's a straight. Straight as it's going to be. I mean, that's where it's going to rest at regardless. So I could, in theory, clamp that down. In theory. It's not clamped down there. No. So now, oh, I did that last time. Where's the screwdriver? Right there. If I take this one, oh yeah, we can't clamp this one down yet, because we don't know where the height of the motor is going to stay. Not literally, this needs to stay loose. You want to leave that loose. Plus, I got to put the nut back on there to balance so we can do the adjustment on this. Helped on it. I just knocked it off again. Okay. Now I know that this one right here I gotta go down as far as I can go down with this stem to the bottom down here. That ain't gonna hurt nothing to go down as far as I can go. Time for me to just push this all the way down right here. Okay, that's right up near the bottom. Now we're going to thread this one up. I'm going to make it fit so I can lock this one down. Almost there. There we are. There you go. Now, there you go. Take a 9/16, two of them. Which I gotta find. Let's just check and see if they're half. That. That's a 9. It's not that, they're halves. 2 1/2 inches. No, 1/13 and 1/2 inch. This one down here. Tighten this one right up. Just putting this on with the engine in is impossible. It's almost impossible. Now I know this is straight because the bottom of this rod is directly in the center of this here pipe. I have it just sitting off of it a very little bit. So now, being that these are loose still, I could still raise this piece up and down. Mocking it up again. We're going to mock it up. We're just checking it. There you go. Has to come up just a little bit more. I can see that. Needs to come up. Because this hasn't reached all the way down there. So if this comes up in the air, it'll slide that down over here. I can put the 2 bolts in there, and then after that I will be able to start putting the spacers inside. Now I won't. What I'll do is I'll tighten up this clamp first. Let's run this bolt up right now. And then a little wrench. I'll have to try something or reaching up in there. Are these good? What I'm doing now is lifting up this part of it. So because the clamps are not tight, it allows it to move. Now we're going to try and just stick an nut and bolt on the bottom here, just to see where we're at. You're nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. Alright, so I'm going to pull it out like that. And I'm going to raise this clamp up and raise this clamp up. This shouldn't even be holding. Start raising this up. And I'm watching it and I can see it. It's raising it up in the air. So I don't want to go too far, too fast. We want to take our time, and from the looks of it, I'll be cutting that. Here we are. Looks like that'll line up. Not yet. It'll come up a little bit more. Once I tighten this side down to lock it in, I'm gonna have to, looks like for me, I gotta cut off some of this. Some of this shit gotta come off. Once I clamp this down and this down, and not that yet, we're gonna have to clamp it up. So I already turned it a few times, right? Let's try it again. Trial and error, trial and fit. As soon as I have it right on here, And down here, still ain't right. I got a splinter in my finger. Down again. Up. Let's check it out now. A little bit at a time, you know what I'm saying? Joey, ain't nobody there. What are you doing? Smoothly, so it's up some more. From the looks of it, I may not even have to cut it. I think we're okay. It is pulling it up pretty fast. Cannot go in unless it's going in smoothly. Once it goes in smoothly, I know I'm right in the ballpark and I don't have to worry. clamp was holding it from moving. Hallelujah. Well, let me think about this for a minute. Alrighty, we're back again. It was incredibly hard to get this to sit back and lay where it's supposed to lay and get the front mount mounted. I had to do some finagling because it must not be able to put this kit on this bike. Just like the bike I built with the motorized, with the starter, was not supposed to fit. I always find a way to make it fit though. I always find a way. What I'm doing now is pulling the cables out. Now, I'm putting this cable on this side. Well, because I want this throttle cable to go on this side. Where's this one? Where's this one coming from? Oh, that's the, geez, this cable I just friggin' pulled off. Going back in now. So we want the throttle cable coming down this side of it. Because the carburetor ends up. Okay, on with the build. So now what I'm doing is I tried putting the chain that came with this kit back in that kit the first time, and you could clearly see the size difference, you know. So this chain is supposed to be for that side, and you already get this chain in this kit for the rear sprocket one. So now we're doing the cutting of the chain. I already took the measurements. I just realized, I said, oh wait a minute, I'm doing this without having the camera rolling. So we're doing this now. collect those pins because the pins are necessary. Alright. Right now we're leaving this alone. And we're going to do what the hell is this thing? We're going to do the exhaust system. Then the carburetor. And we're going to give it the first start up. Okay. I also bought thread pipe, cast iron. This is an 1.5 inches also by 2 inches long, which in this case it fits in here. I mean, almost perfect, right? So you only got to go halfway to there. And see how far we go on this one. It'll go all the way in there. Oh, the marker. I got up twice to get the marker. Still forgot it. It's already out here. I bought high temp RTV. I bought some self-adhesive silicone tape. It is waterproof seal and a little bit of heat resistant. So what I was planning on doing, and once I screwed it together, because this one there is a little gap in it, teeny bit, whereas the other one there's barely a gap in it. So what I could do is take this in like this. Let me see here. This is 2 inches. Yeah, this is longer than this thing. So I'll definitely be able to trace the mark from inside of this one to that. Anyways, I take it to that halfway point there. I go right in the middle of this head, right in the middle of this screw head, the Phillips head, and we put a mark there. So that's number one. I'm going to put it somewhere where I can lay it down and really easily drill into it. So that will be right in the center of this Phillips. Put a crosshair in it for myself. But that's how deep I'm going in once I have the screw out, right? We'll try it both ways. I'll put this in here once I have the screw cut open. Oh, look at that. It might be still a tight fit after all. Let's try this side. Yeah, it's going to be a very tight fit after all. And then I can just screw and make this hole bigger than the holes there by a little bit. And I'd be able to screw them two together. And anytime he's ready to remove it or take it apart, they can, by removing the screws. And normally I hit it with the hammer, which is a lot better. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get up. Nope, you got it. Yeah, it looks like I might have to use my are they kidding me? Okay, the looser it is, the deeper the sound, and the harder it's trying to punch it. This is a softer metal than that is, so down there. Well, I thought that would have been a bigger hole than what I put in here. It should be. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay, now put this up here. Roll it up. It's only good. Okay, let me get this here. Take the screw out completely so I can see where the hole is. Okay. This will sit this way. We want the tip to go down. So guess what? the marker again. Get a little boo-boo. It ain't going to kill nothing. Where's that mark at? Here. On the sit right there. Cut right at the crosshairs. My punch. See here. A little trashy hair in there. Trying to make sure I get it out of there before I go in. Oh, don't lose the screw. There we go. All right, so I think just to make sure that we have a good connection, I will put in 2 more screws, and then this will look like this. It will be on the other side, which is what he wanted. This is what I've done. But this side will get smaller screws. Alright. There's some self-tappers on the other side. Very hard. Very, very stiff. We're going to put this onto that. Whoo-hoo! I think I pulled it away. I'll figure out what to do with the wiring afterwards. Should be the exhaust pipe right here with lock washer. Lock washer. Lock washer. The gasket has some metal in it. It was stuck to the bottom of my magnet. That is weird. So these are some good gaskets. I'll say that. I need the doggone T-handle Allen key wrench that I threw up here. Let's see if this is the right one. It is. Had it lined up and I screwed it up. Alright, this is number one. I know you guys are saying to yourself, you know, that fucking wire is going to melt. And it's not going to melt because I'm going to move it to the other side where it's less dangerous. zip tie amongst my hoard of, these are new links that I bought. But these are very old, from way back, talking back maybe 5-6 years. Bunch of links that I have here. And lucky for my customer, there's a half link I found in my hoard. So we'll be installing that shortly. But first, I am tapping the hole for some strange reason. Them holes, this hole that goes in that gas tank is not the same as this one, which is your stock gas valve for motorized bike tanks. But for some reason this will not fit that. This is too wide, so I'm tapping the hole bigger so we can get it to fit on there. Another piece that I would have been waiting on for a week or so. So I actually found, I just used my tap set, and we'll see what happens from here. I just sat you up top there so you can see me working. You gotta push, you're supposed to force it down as you go in. This may take about a half an hour, so we're going to come back when I'm done. Well, so far so good. It's going in. I don't know what size it is. 15, is it half inch, is it 14? We don't know yet. Definitely not 15. It is not half inch. So it means it is a 16. This is a cheap Pet Boys brand. It costs like 35 bucks. Something you could just carry around with you. One of these handles is broken right here. I mean, this thing has got to be a couple years old. Several years old. We're talking about more than 5. But anyway, here, the reason why I pulled this out is that I took and see how narrow that wrench is now? I took every single one of them and narrowed the wrench down. They do sell wrenches like this, specialized. I made my own by grinding them down, because on certain carburetors you need that very thin profile. I'm finding out right now that I need that same profile on this here piece. Thank you very much. I will get back with you in a minute. So this is what you call a half a link. goes in between a full link and a half. It looks like it'll work. It's going to be very tight, but it looks like it'll work. So, I'm pulling off the very next. But I do want to save. I do want to put this aside. Don't want it to fall off and get lost. So we might have success. Not half. Here's what happens. You take out a link and a half to put in the half link. Now, the half link comes with a cotter pin, which, personally I don't like. Say it works. You can't lose the cotter pin. And you can't lose the pin. Guess which way this goes. You'll guess the pin in from the back side. This here. assume that's enough to hold it still. We'll find out. Well, I just had it idling nice and low, and as soon as I turn the camera on, of course it's going to make me look bad. That's okay. It's fine. We're going to, oh, that might be loose, that's why. That might be one reason. Here's the other reason. I'll do an adjustment after that. Sounds like it got some kick to it. You tighten this screw up right here. Sounds like it has some pep, baby. I might have to get me a revalve for my own purposes. But let's see now. Okay, now we're going to try to adjust the idle. Where the hell did that come from? I mean, where the hell did it go? Alright, that's no problem. Let's put something on there. It vibrated itself loose just now. You know what? I'm not really concerned with this at this moment. What I'm concerned with is getting the idle right. The screw is right here. Did I tighten that thing up yet? Yes, I did. I turned it 1/2 a turn so far. I'd get past one stage and then the next thing would go bad to it. And the next thing, and then the next thing. And well, finally we got down to where the chains are. Of course, this chain on this side was way too slacky. So we had to get a half link. Luckily I ordered it online. It's coming, so the guy will just pay me for my replacement. And I mean, this thing is like solid now. The other side, same thing. It's a small chain kit they give you. Comes with a half link and a master link. Same deal. Now we're on oh Jesus. Maybe it's just me. I don't have enough strength to join. Starting up. Oh, I forgot it's in clutch is on. I mean disengage, it's in gear. Alright, well I got the clutch. You're not on the brake, you just can't handle it. So it's not like in the idle. I guess you have to drive it around for a little while, break it in, whatever, and get it to stay running after that. The main thing, it kicks right back on, which means everything is running right. Now, the reason why you see the cover off down there, from that in there, is because if you look in there, look how hard it was rubbing. I couldn't even crank it, I couldn't even turn it. That's the inside of this cover. It was just digging. So when they make these covers for these bikes, one hand ain't talking to the other, something's going on. Because I mean, I laid the two covers next to each other, they're the same exact height. I believe it's they take up on this side more room, more of the gap coming this way because of those fins. I don't know, but why would the fins make this side come back this way instead of why don't they just bring the fins out all the way this way? So this cover cannot be used. He's not going to like that. I just painted his cover, the aluminum cover, just so he can have, you know, red on that side while he orders another one or whatever he's doing. Once I put that cover on, I'm calling this done. I mean, come on. Handyman Lou out. This is a tutorial putting a jack shaft, pull starter, Frankensteining a muffler to some type of silencer here that he calls a silencer, but I don't believe it's silencing it at all. Here is the reed valve. I mean, it has some pep right now. He's got the. We were trying to put on that that carburetor that's supposed to be high performance with the automatic choke down. It didn't fit. So the cable didn't fit. He bought a red cable that was on there. I had to remove the red cable, put the black cable on, so we can have the proper. We had no throttle. Throttle went all the way to the end before it even tried going. Then I went to put the carburetor on this black cable, and this black cable doesn't come with a long enough ending at it, so it would not even go on the carburetor. So luckily he brought 3 carburetors. That's a good thing. This is the MT carburetor, which is second best, and that's the one I put on there, and it's working out good to me. Works great. So this is my tutorial. I will come back, I will show it with the cover on for one last time. I'll run it one last time, and then I'm going to go process this video so I can put it out there on YouTube. Handyman Lou. Alright, here it is on the outside. Getting ready to put it away, wait for the customer to come pick it up. But this is what it looks like, because we don't have enough room to stretch out in there to show the whole bike. And this is it. His theme was black and red all over with a little bit of chrome splashed here and there. So if you see now, the cover is on. I painted that cover. That's the original aluminum cover. I would have done better if I had done. And I painted the engine black. He could have just bought the black engine already. I guess he didn't know. I did a lot of back and forth on that chain there, so that's all scratched up. And I'm not going to try to touch it up because it's going to spray everything else. So I'll let him deal with that. This here, I had to re-tap this. Let me shut it off. I tapped into this bar up here because the original shuttle valves, gas valves, they do not fit up in there. They're smaller. That's a smaller hole. Here's your reed valve. Aluminum head, heavy duty coil, and wire, pull starter, freestyle front gear, freestyle back gear. Here's your handles. There's a little red on that. There's a little red on, so you didn't have to buy that special. That's the original. Red tires. Dual brake handle. A little bling there. He does have a 7-speed back there. That's why he put the jack shaft with the banana pipe. And then we took the banana pipe and attached a muffler to the end of it. I just used the original bracket that comes with the kits and pinched it down, and then used the original where the brakes would go, and pinched there to use it to hold the bracket completely up. And you know, it doesn't look perfect, but it works. And here we are. One more shot. You want to hear it one more time? Hear it one more time, then I'm putting it away. Guy said he might come to get it tonight. He heard it on the phone. He couldn't see it. Oh, I shut the gas off. My bad. Cold already. That's how bad. These things get cold quickly. I swear to God, I have a curse out here. me a second, fellas. Choke it up. Okay, that worked. I choked it. It's cold already. They get cold quick. Anyways, Handyman Lou, I'm out.